Welcome divers! Today's book review is about Scuba Diving Made Easy by Marco Starantoni. The main focus of this channel is overcoming stress, fear, and technical limitations, and a book promising to explain how to overcome the fear of scuba diving, naturally catch our interest and curiosity, and moreover, because the author is an experienced diving instructor with a background in military diving and thousands of dives under his belt.
The author's premise is that due to our subconscious, we have to fight with specific fears, and the book begins with a brief description of them, which include the fear of drowning, fear of running out of gas, fear of poor visibility, fear of sharks and marine creatures, and fear of failure. As the author himself says, the aim of the remaining chapters is to provide motivation and solutions to overcome these fears, primarily by revisiting the basic skills learned during an open water diver course or equivalent. Skills such as clearing masts and regulator, buoyancy control, and compass navigation are touched upon. Additionally, night dives and animal behavior are touched.
Nowadays, it's almost impossible to come up with entirely new solutions or topics. Until someone introduces a revolutionary new approach or diving system, nearly everything in diving has already been discussed. And if it hasn't been discussed by divers, we can likely find answers in other fields of expertise, such as psychology, physiology, or some other. The best we can do nowadays is likely to gather the right information from various fields of expertise and organize it into an easy, clear, logical, and effective pathway. The book is certainly easy, clear, and logical, but we are unsure about its effectiveness in helping divers overcome the 5 fears listed by the author.
The author often refers to various standardized courses offered by diving agencies, presenting them as the solution to overcoming the mentioned fears. However, it's important to note that some fears can also result from these same courses. Diving courses primarily aim to teach techniques rather than addressing fears. It's the instructor, not the course, who should help divers overcome their fears if and when they arise. But instructors do not receive specific training on how to overcome fears, and their awareness, approach, and attitude cannot be standardized. And this is why some instructors are better than others, and is also the reason why books on how to overcome fears exist. Furthermore, we do not agree with all the suggestions the author provides.
That being said, in our personal interpretation, what makes reading this book worthwhile are 2 considerations made by the author, and the second of these considerations could be a milestone in a diver's career. The first consideration: diving is not a competition. The author emphasizes that divers are not in competition with one another, and there is no minimum speed that we must reach or over to judge ourselves or our achievement good or bad. Each diver, like each person, has different predispositions and different possibilities, and learns at different speed, and sometimes also in different ways.
But we would like to extend this idea a bit forward, saying that diving is not a sport. The best, the biggest, the fastest, the deepest, and so on. The idea that there must be a number one and a sense of competition is so deeply ingrained in our society that often divers carry this mindset into their dives, affecting their way to dive, their skill, and the essence of diving itself. In some way, and often without even realizing it, many are able to cope with this without suffering too much. But for many other, probably who have some problems with skills or the dive management, this attitude can complicate so much things to preclude even the more basic and achievable results, including fun, whatever type of fun we are looking for down there. Of course, setting personal goals and to commit to achieve them is a good thing, but it should not be confused with competition.
Quoting the author's word, the second valuable consideration is, if when you dive you understand that there are situations that bother you, instead of ignoring them, face them, simulate the problem, and apply the solution or solutions. This approach is the key to solving problems and elevating our skills to the highest possible level. Unfortunately, divers often tend to sweep their issues under the rug when they face difficulties, instead of avoiding skills that challenge them, such as mask cleaning, SMB use, or any other, divers should practice them as much as possible. This change in attitude can transform a diver's career.
In conclusion, would we recommend this book? The two considerations mentioned above are valuable and make the book worth its cost and the time required to read it, both of which are relatively small. The rest of the book offers some practical insights that you may or may not have heard before. However, if you are seeking help to overcome fear, as the book promises, we believe that you may not find the necessary help in this book. In that case, we would not recommend it.
Thank you for watching. If needed, find in the description the link to a downloadable summary of this video with book and author reference. Remember that by clicking on the bell and by subscribing, you will be informed about new videos, while by sharing and giving a like to this video, you will help to spread greater awareness among divers.